Our first obstacle here is Dirty Deep, which is a small water crossing. Hasn't been raining as much recently, so it's really not bad right now.
No, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is I took this to the car wash right before coming out.
Yeah, good thing you did, right?
Yeah, you know, it really allows you to see the dirt better.
And these tires are Toyo Open Country ATs.
Yep.
So it's not an MT, it's not a max traction, but that means you also get a little bit of snow performance because you're from Oregon, right?
That was actually why I went with the Toyo AT3s. Was I had Cooper STT Pros, which are practically mud tires. They label them as all-terrains, but you look at them, they're mud terrains. And
they're great looking tires. I mean, I love the look of the tread on them.
Yeah, they're great. But what I found was I was doing some shelf roads in Oregon, and it doesn't matter how much air I let out of the tires. It didn't matter. It just kept sliding. It kept wanting to drift. Yeah. And when you're on a shelf road, you just can't have that.
Yeah. And this, also pretty easy. It's just a soft dirt hill. The best thing that does is just shift around all the stuff that you keep stored.
Well, you know, it makes the unpacking like a lot more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. You can fast unpack all your drawers.
Yeah, this is a lot more gnarly in person than it looks like on camera. And everyone says it in every video. They'll be like, yo, oh gosh, it looks so hard. I'll be watching the video, I'm like, really?
Nick, how's it going, man?
Not bad, how you doing?
Not bad at all.
So this is a 2014 Toyota 4Runner SR5. I know the SR5's not that sexy, but honestly, you know, I mean, if you love lockers and all that stuff, that's great. But you know, the SR5, if you really want to get out there, this will do it for you. First, obviously, you know, always started with the tires. Now I'm on my third set of tires. I've had this since 2019. These actually are 34s. The thing was, I went from 33s to 34s after making a bunch of modifications. I mean, I lifted it.
I can see it chopped the bumper a little bit.
Yeah, chopped it just to give it that extra clearance. This is a 305 70R17, so it's a wider 34. Right. And, you know, I guess before I get into all the other mods, one thing I've learned on this trip specifically, because I was just in Moab yesterday, is I'm going to have to do something I promised I would never do, and that's put spacers on here.
Oh, is it rubbing still a little bit?
Just the tiniest bit on the upper control arm.
At full lock or while it's articulated?
Lock, yeah, full lock articulated. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's one of those things where I was like, damn, I don't want to buy new wheels.
You've got control arms as well. What did you go for with your suspension?
So for my suspension, I got a recommendation from a nearby overland company, a Wanderlust Overland out of Oregon. They work with Ironman 4x4, and they really swore by the Foam Cell Pros. Okay. So I went with Foam Cell Pros all around for shocks, and then heavy-duty Ironman springs, and I heard some weird things about the Ironman upper control arms, so I decided to go for JBA upper control arms. Okay. One thing I liked about the JBAs is that they actually use a very common ball joint that's very easy to replace. You know, some people go for the SPCs, but the SPC has its own proprietary ball joint that you gotta get. You can get that ball joint at any Napa Auto Parts.
So not only have you chopped the bumper, but it looks like you've got some skid plates here, so this is one of the factory TRD skid plates.
Yeah, and you know, I kept the factory one up until about a month and a half ago, the original skid plate, and
the
finally,
non-TRD, just the standard.
Yep, and I mean, it did really well. It's actually, I was shocked at how well it held up against quite a few hits, but it was starting to, after all the hits I'd put it through, and then drove it on the beach just a couple times. Like everything else on this is like solid, but that skid plate, that factory skid plate, just eats right through. Yeah. So I went with the TRD one. I mean, I know that technically there are better skid plates out there, but are any of them that good looking? I mean,
yeah, and it is a really good looking skid. Did you just do the front, or did you add any additional underbody protection?
I only did the
back?
front. The thing is I plan on adding more armor. The good thing about it is that this is a 3-inch lift, and with 34s, I have yet to really run into a clearance issue.
We'll hook right here, and then this, David's Folly, is a sharp left turn, which is especially difficult for a lot of pickup trucks, but another nice thing about it being short wheelbase.
Oh yeah. So what, hang it wide?
Yeah, whatever you have to do to get that turn cut, and a lot of times, most vehicles make it a 3-point.
Yeah.
Even for some vehicles, getting the 3-point is pretty difficult, but the 4Runner is a decent size. It's not...
Yeah, it's...
Whoa! It's not too massive, so it makes it a little bit easier. And here we might also be able to see if there's any rubbing issues, because
I was thinking that
we're
too
gonna
as we were
be pretty
coming up.
articulated.
I was thinking about that as we were coming up. I was like, there's no way I'm not touching that upper control arm. Right. Go.
And I can watch you on the right side here. So far, you're good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should be good.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've got some space here on the right.
All right, got a little bit of sliding. All right, just carry it out.
Yep.
Sweet.
Perfect.
So one thing I love about this is that it does have that old school kind of, 4x4 blocky body for the most part.
Yeah.
The problem with that is you can't see anything over the hood. Sliders are in the works, but the 3-inch lift, the 34s have served me pretty well.
So here we go, coming up. And it is pretty loose and steep, but
There goes the...
other than shifting some things around on the inside of it, really not bad at all.
No, and I activated the 8-track just in case, and
Yeah, I don't even hear a tire slip.
no, nothing. See, this is the thing I've found. I mean, having a locker would be nice, for sure.
The 8-track does a lot though.
It does. I've gotten through a lot of stuff that I never thought I'd make it through, and the 8-track just pulls you right through.
Line looks good from here.
One thing you'll find, this is a boat. It is heavy.
Have you weighed it?
Not lately, not since I put the tire swing on. Before I put the tire swing on, I was definitely, I was still under payload.
Right.
So that's good. Haven't weighed it since, but the tire swing actually doesn't weigh a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Surprisingly.
steel construction, obviously, but it's not a massive amount of steel. It's not like having a steel bumper.
I went with this rigged tire swing that integrates right into the hitch.
You still have a receiver on the back. So
You can recover off of that. I've recovered off of it, recovering other people off of it. You first start out just opening that handle right there.
Right.
And then you just pull this pin.
Okay.
And it just swings right out.
Yeah, the whole rig right now is lean downhill, but even so, this is staying in place. So you'd be able to swing open the tailgate, and you're not worried about having to hold that.
Not at all.
Multitask and pull.
I think there's like a
tailgate.
bushing in there or something that really,
holds it in place well.
So I went with the Prinsu rack. I had heard a lot of good things about it. It's lightweight. The big thing was I didn't want a bunch of wind noise.
Right.
I wanted something that was light, yet also pretty durable. And the Prinsu rack it's all aluminum. I didn't have to drill anything. That was really nice. That was a big thing for me, was I didn't want to have to drill into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already cutting enough stuff as it is. I don't want to be drilling into the metal.
So this hard stump right
is it,
here,
diff hitting
this
that?
root. A lot of times it's trucks, hitches, or exhaust pipes. We've definitely flattened a couple exhaust pipes on this. So
It's your spare tire.
yeah, if we want to pull that spare tire carrier off for this, or we could start going through it and kind of see where we're at in terms of angle. What do you think?
Part of me wants to try, and the other part of me is like, yeah, well, I got to get this thing home.
Yeah,
But
that's very fair.
let's start it out, see how it's starting to look, and then we'll make a judgment call there.
Cool.
Of course, by then it'll probably be too late.
It is such a good looking rig though.
Appreciate that. All right.
Yeah, so we'll just crawl slow through it, and I will give you kind of distances as your back tires start to drop down.
All right.
Front should be getting through it no problem, especially with a chopped bumper. So now we're coming up on your your rear driver's side tire is about to drop over the roof, but still a good distance before the hitch.
All right.
So right now, especially because of the height. Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
well, yeah, there you go. But actually,
It can handle it.
yeah, that was not bad at all. Especially because of the height of the 4Runner. That was nothing. Easy. And no problems whatsoever.
Ah, yeah, that's nothing.
So next up, we have, honestly, I'd call it my favorite part of this course.
Yeah?
Tommy's Demise is typically the hardest part of this course, but what we're coming up on is Cottonwood Creek. And Cottonwood Creek is not that much easier than Tommy's Demise, but it is a bit more doable, and it tests out a lot of things. Approach, departure angle for sure, but it gets vehicles very articulated.
All right.
And it's some deep, deep mud here. This is definitely also a test of departure angle here, because as the vehicle starts to level out, you know, the hill behind it is pretty aggressive. All right, you're still good on the hitch so far. Just crawl slow.
You're good on the hitch?
So far, yeah. Go slow and so far still good. Yeah. Should be good. Yeah, you've got some space to back up. Oh man, it is muddy in here.
You know, something tells me this isn't happening.
Yeah, might not.
Yeah, I thought all terrains would be great. You know, I don't really hit that much mud.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
thing. At least not like this. And but now I'm like, maybe I should have gone with like some KM3s or something.
Well, this rainy season is making it real hard for anything to get through this course, but got our Pioneer here, got our kinetic rope already in the back, shackle on the hitch. We could use the winch. This isn't really rated for the 4Runner, but we really just need a little bit of momentum to get unstuck. Speaking of the weather, holy crap. But yeah, I'm sure that could do the job, but there's just really not a great way to get this Pioneer back in there. So we'll back it up and use the rope.
It's one of the things I like about these utility side-by-sides is that, you know, I mean, it's fun. You could still run them on a trail. They're still fun to drive. What are you doing there, bud?
I don't know what I'm doing here. You're distracting me by talking to me.
Yeah, they're still fun to drive on a trail, but then you've got a hitch receiver, so you could use it more functionally as well. It's
And you can throw a muddy tow strap in the back of it and not really care.
Exactly. Look at you go, Alex.
I got the fun job of crawling in the mud in my new Vans.
And your new Vans, well, that's what you get for taking your new Vans to the ranch.
I guess so. One more bump, you got it. This is starting to plow into the earth here.
Yeah.
Same goes with the tire.
All right, we should be good to go in a 3, 2, 1, go.
These things
that
are
was
so
awesome.
handy, man.
Dude, these side-by-sides are great. And I'm impressed too with this tire carrier. I mean, you know, I was getting a little worried about tugging on it, but obviously you did the research.
No, this thing, it'll do it. That was half the reason why I picked this instead of a Wilco, you know?
Yeah.
You watch the videos for this thing, it's impressive. It'll take a beating.
Inside, have there? Oh, yeah. There
Yeah,
has been a couple
So-
additions here.
So my big thing about this rig was making it so I could live out of it for several weeks, which I'm kind of doing right now. One, I used to do the navigation with the phone. That gets really old very quickly. So I went with this RAM mount that just uses the factory seat bolts, and you just put it right in and it doesn't shake or anything. And you can mount up any tablet that you want.
Yeah, and then I see as well you've got some radio setups, some additional mounting. That's kind of interesting. Right by your shifter there, that mounting rack.
Oh yeah, so that's the Victory 4x4 4Runner panels. You just kind of drill into the plastic there and you screw them in. Yeah, I wanted them for radios. So for radio setups, I have all three. I do CB, GMRS, and ham. You know, I run with groups quite a lot, and everyone's got their different radio setups. So I kind of want to have it all just in case anyone needs to talk to me about anything. Or, you know, if you get lonely and just want some conversation. There's nothing quite like driving on the highway and listening to truckers talk about the fact that they're selling their boat because their wives tell you to.
Yeah.
It's quite hilarious. I went with the full setup. So these are Ironman 4x4 drawers. They're, I believe they're steel and aluminum. And the great thing about these is, and I mean, with the 4Runners in general, is that with drawers like these, you actually don't need to drill into the 4Runner.
Okay.
You just put in some bolts here.
Yeah, some tie downs there.
Some tie downs right there, and there are tie down rings here, and then 2 in the back, and that holds it all in place. I have yet to have this shake around at all. A buddy of mine helped me out. These drawers don't come with tabletops at all, and I had a buddy of mine make me these with some plywood and a table saw, so they fit right on there.
On top.
Sits on top, so it's just additional table storage. You know, obviously a refrigerator, which that was a big game-changing thing for me.
And is that running off the starter battery, or do you have a separate battery?
So I have here an EcoFlow solar generator. I have it plugged into the 12-volt right in the center console between the driver and the passenger seat, and it charges up while I'm driving. And then, you know, I mean, it can just run the fridge the entire time. I run the fridge on Eco, so it doesn't eat too much into the battery.
Not sure. I've done one of these videos in the rain before.
Oh, this is something new?
Well, because usually it doesn't rain in Colorado, you know? You want me to, I can spot you on this if you want.
I think I'll be all right.
Been through it once already.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of...
How much different could it be in the other direction?
Don't say that. You never say something like that. Because the first time we went through, it wasn't raining.
Yeah, it's true. And roots are already not that great for traction.
Nope. Whee! Uh-oh. Alright. Come on. Come on. Oh boy.
So we were just trying to exit the course, and we got the tires so caked in mud. Got stuck coming the other way in Nathan's crack because we obviously didn't want to go through Tommy's demise, so.
Yeah, I think I just need a little bit of a bump. Not sure. I don't know what it is. I mean,
if we get a rock right under that tire right there, when he backs up, it'll lift this off.
Yeah.
you what?
Yeah, we might try and let's
if we throw a big rock behind your rear passenger, it'll lift that up when you back up onto it. Something like that should do.
All right. There we go. How's he looking back there, Alex?
It's getting close. But definitely a better line. Way better line. Yeah.
Right now I think I can actually be yanked out.
Yeah, don't roll backwards, otherwise you're gonna be in the same spot. So let's just kind of hold it there, hook up, and give him a tug.
Not bad. probably
A little bent, but I mean,
pushed back in place.
yeah.
Good,
Totally. Just do that yourself.
right on.
Yeah, anyone who says that this course is easy. No.
It is not.
It is not.
What's going on here?
Oh, well, so through all the wheeling that we did, we tweaked the tire carrier a little bit. So what we're gonna try to do now is bend it back in place. Straighten out, go a little bit driver. Oh, here, pull forward. That did it.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's like new. There you go. Right on, dude. Well, on top of all of the souvenirs that we got you from the course, I've got this souvenir for you for coming in and running your rig. It was super fun to come out and see how this does.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, it's an overland rig. It's not a rock crawler. It's not a mudder, but I think it did pretty good.
Well, yeah, and it sounds like maybe some lockers in the future. So,
Probably some lockers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So next time you're in Colorado, especially if you got some lockers, definitely bring it out again. And, to see how much further we even get.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, dude. And let us know what you guys think down in the comments below, and we'll catch you all in the next video.